Harvard-trained beggar. Which religion cares the most about the homeless? God, those cameras are so big. Family YouTubers as soon as their baby is out the womb. Wait, these Skittles don't have color. Your childhood dream to eat pebbles can now be real. Morgan Freeman turns 86 today. This man has looked the same since I was 5. Maturity is losing interest in everything. That's depression, bro. I love how butterflies live for about 2 weeks, and this is what they spend their time doing. At least my mom doesn't got an OF account. What's crazy is this is going to be a lot of kids' realities. I feel like if the Avengers were real, we would really hate them. Watching Hulk throw your car at the villain and miss. If you feel useless today, remember somebody is working as a lifeguard at the Olympics. Would you spin this wheel if landing on red means you get shot? It's a win-win situation. When it says shipping will be 3 to 7 days and it comes in 3. My problem is I want the package right after I click buy now. I do 13542. 413524 is the only way. Such a beautiful sunset. Just my luck. 250 million year old salt, and it expired 2 years ago. Enlist today. They don't have a single war where they need you to be doing this. Guys, he didn't ghost me. He was just dead. I feel so much better right now. Like, rest in peace, but I thought it was a me issue. Asians can be bad too. I thought she was dabbing at first, but it was her collarbone. About to get my inheritance money early. US surgeon says loneliness is as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. What if someone is lonely and smoking as well? The stories I used to hear on these tables were like the round table of unhinged podcast conversations. At just 14 years old, my boy is already smarter than 90% of grown adults. This is what's possible when you raise your child chemical and vaccine free. Imagine spending 40 hours perfecting your photorealistic frog only to get crushed by this thing. This is the cockiest hospital I have ever seen. Some females won't date a guy that lives with his mum, but will date a guy that lives with his wife. Accidentally cut a guy off when switching lanes, and when he went around me, he just gave me a thumbs down instead of the finger. I don't know why, but it hurt more. You have to live here for 1 year, but you will have unlimited food, but you can bring one thing. What is it? I still cannot believe that the entire Mr. Bean only consisted of 15 episodes. As a child, you would have thought you'd seen 10 seasons of this show. I will bring back galas. These still exist. You are just not invited to them, like how you wouldn't have been back then. Snoop Dogg has an IQ of 147. This is considered to be the level of a highly gifted genius. No wonder he stays high all the time. He's highly gifted. Turkish social media was heartbroken over the photo of a Syrian refugee boy staring into a Turkish gym. So, the gym gave the 12-year-old kid a free lifetime membership. What voice actor crushed a role so hard that nobody else will be able to live up to it? For $5, I will write yikes under one of your ex's selfies. The American math team that beat the Chinese team. I'm dropping out of college. How did you even get in? Door. Bro, who's picking seats next to someone in an empty theater? Hold his hand. iOS, send your friends surprise alarms. If you send me a surprise alarm, I'm blocking you instantly. Every day I think about drunk Ed Sheeran at a Bollywood party, while that name yelled at the paparazzi. He looks like a very gentle infant saint in a medieval painting. Reminder that if you leave your baby supine too often, their skull will flatten out. Tummy time is important. I want to send this to someone, but I don't want to be rude. Flappy Bird had the entire world in a chokehold, and then this tweet changed everything. I am sorry, Flappy Bird users. 22 hours from now, I will take Flappy Bird down. I cannot take this anymore. What is the Caucasian way to say, you got me fucked up? Newsflash, buddy. Me, eating my white shirt. Let me taste it. The 4 phases of Mars colonization. Finally, a mannequin that shows how the shirt will really fit. Not gonna lie, shit fell apart after 2nd grade. Oh, it did for y'all too. Psychogenic death takes a while, and isn't particularly easy, but it is possible. You can die simply by giving up the will to live, says new research. If you think I'm rude, you should hear the little voice in my head. Scientists warn that Earth could run out of conspiracy theories by 2025 if they keep coming true at the current rate. Always strive to eat the stars. Aren't they too hot? Blow on them first, idiot. Shooting in action movies. When the villain fires versus when the hero fires. I'd be like, I don't know, and be knowing. Fucking alpha male. I can chop anything. Bring me anything and I will chop it. Wood, tire, strong wood. $400 reward for bringing me something I cannot chop. Barbie versus Oppenheimer marketing so far. What do you want them to do? Drop a bomb somewhere. My 12-year-old son died after holding his breath because I did not give him an Optimus Prime toy for his birthday. What should I do next? You must answer his riddles before you pass. He dreams of speed. When you're arguing with someone and they actually follow the script you pre-planned in your head. I hate these modern old plastic playgrounds for kids. Safety, blah blah blah. They're ugly. I know that children crave steel and iron. The only difference between men and boys is the price of their toys. is. Bro is choosing his outfit, not again. Who keeps letting him on planes? Bro won the podium vehicle. He's going to the moon. When your mum tells you a joke right before you ask her for money. At what number is the car parked? I can't see. Car is on top. Why does it feel illegal to drive with headphones on? Because it is. Are you for real? Rate my setup. Ignore cat. Headphones are so overrated. Give this DJ a name. DJ Connections. My dad wanted to surprise my little sister with Disney World by making her do a word puzzle. She got stuck here. We are going to die. We are going to die. Man with Alzheimer's forgets he is blind and recovers vision partially. Brendan Fraser wins Best Actor in leading role at the Oscars for The Whale. Does this movie only have one frame in it? Me at 3 a.m. watching two Indian guys build pools in the forest. Imagine catching your ops in the 1700s. Haha, I have found ye yally gagging without thy weapon. Perish heathen. Such a banger of a suit. Love how his logo looks like an animated Thanos twerking butt naked. Yeah man, let me follow this path, just wide enough for a human, that leads to a human-sized hole in the tree line. Do they really think I'm so gullible? Netflix is opening up a restaurant in Los Angeles. Rumor has it, you aren't allowed to share food items with your party, unless you pay extra. The most cost-effective solution towards personal gains is created by gaming the system. I cannot afford a personal trainer, so instead, I go to the gym and lift incorrectly and wait for 3 different dudes to correct me for free. People who shove their school papers in their backpack with no binder/folder. Where are you now? Not great, my dude. Not great. Directors handing their films to the editor. Does not work, but could be fun. Ladies, take notes. Met this girl online yesterday, and she's already trying to learn more about me. Not just hook up. It's called a conversation. Learn it. Yes, my king. First, I must know many things about you. What is the name of your first pet? What is your mother's maiden name? What is the name of the town and where you were born? The parking lot at every climate change conference. Can men please stop trying to be influencers? We need electricians and mechanics. I'm begging you. What happened to the strong, independent woman? Her car broke down and the outlet she charges her phone with stopped working. Everyone wants to talk about gaslighting. Nobody wants to talk about how cats domesticated themselves and modeled their meows off of human baby cries to better manipulate our emotions. Congrats to Kevin on finally being tall enough to ride. So, I was super nervous for my first date with this guy tonight, and then an hour before our date, he sent me a snap video saying, "Wish me luck on my date, buddy," and panned to his dog, handshaking him. In that I'm not reading this. That guy looks like everything except a dog. Why these bitches always look like they got an attitude? Sit your ass down. Can someone teach me the economics of cheap airlines like Ryanair? How do 10 euro flights work? You pay 10 euros and then you fly somewhere. The neighborhood dogs absolutely adore the UPS guy. Proudest boy finding his best and biggest stick ever. POV, you get the sudden urge to tour the entire school after asking to use the bathroom. Snowflake students claim Frankenstein's monster was misunderstood and is in fact a victim. But that's the book. That's what the book is about. Security at every level of the airport is insane until you get to the baggage claim. Then it's like, take whatever bag you want. Young Morgan Freeman looks like old Morgan Freeman dressed up to look like young Morgan Freeman. I found out that after 41 years that there are no holes in the pool table in the Beat It video. My 14-year-old daughter just screamed fuck and slammed her bedroom door after learning she will be menstruating every month or so for the next 30 to 40 years, and I cannot blame her for a bit. I be watching too much YouTube. 90s was kind of ass. Imagine being stuck in the house with no internet. Yuck. They had to put a commercial on the television that said, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are?" For our parents to remember we existed. We were not stuck in the house. People in the 1950s, we have saved up 8k. Let's buy a home. People today, who needs a home when you've got an Apple headset? My boyfriend bought some donuts, and I took a bite out of every single one just to fuck with him. But then he got mad about something else, and I am afraid when he sees the donuts, he is going to lose his shit. Cows are pretty calm, considering the whole floor is food. Taylor, plus size, 5'11". If you white, it's an automatic no. If you are Hispanic, it's a maybe. If you black, it's an automatic yes. White privilege. I don't care how bad the relationship is. I am not calling a radio station for advice. Came home early from work. Husband is nowhere to be found. Turns out he went running through the dark, freezing cold woods in full combat gear because it's a full moon, and now he has massive chimp energy. Is this okay? God forbid a man to do anything. 10 minutes. Now, a squirrel feasts on her sadness. My son asked what taxes are, so I gave him a bag of M&Ms and explained that he has to give some to me, and I know how much he has to give me, but he has to guess himself, and if he is wrong, he goes to prison. The fact that people used to deliver pizzas before GPS is so absurd to me. People were really calling up a pizzeria, like, "I want a large pizza, delivered in 30 minutes. I'm going to give you a random house number and a random street name. Good fucking luck. There's about to be a problem in produce. This Stu just asked for my number and I said, I'm gay as fuck, sorry. And he gave the best response I've ever gotten. He said, respect, I bet you get mad bitches too. He didn't even try to convince me. Overheard one kid at the Mall of America tell his friends he had to get his wisdom teeth out, and his friend says, why, gotta make room for more dicks. And wow, insults have really come a long way since I was a kid. The 4 horsemen of stuff you eat when you're standing with the fridge open, trying to decide what to eat, losing my mind at this. I may not always Microsoft Excel, but I am always Microsoft trying my best. This is a great Microsoft outlook on life. Workers in Europe, I will be taking the summer off because I need a little suntan. Workers in America, I will be using one of my 3 paid vacation days to undergo open heart surgery. My boyfriend and I have made a list of people we could do the deed with if we ever got the chance. He chose Margaret Robbie, Charlize Theron, and Scarlett Johansson. I chose my daughter's biology teacher, the barista at Starbucks, and his younger brother. My kid got invited to a birthday party, and I don't like that kid's mum, so I bought a musical instrument set that includes a drum, a recorder, and a harmonica. I'll see you in hell, Bethany. Spice up any Facebook comments with random quotation marks. Congrats on your baby. Congrats on your baby. Congrats on your baby. When the girl you invited over is so bored by Netflix's shitty film selection that she decides to leave. Maybe because you were actually trying to watch a movie, Brian. The banana was once a perfect representation of phone shape. You could hold it up like, haha, hello, and make your friends die laughing. These times are behind us. Phones are just rectangles now. We need a replacement food. I hereby nominate the ice cream sandwich. Me, Uber driver. Me, Uber driver. Me, Uber driver, 5 stars. Dude at Starbucks just left the crowded store and went, bye everyone. And every single person in that store said goodbye. I literally just met the main character. I didn't think it was possible to look like body odor. I was definitely born in the right generation because I love being cozy. No other period in time has had this much power to be as snug as a bug in a rug. We have all the resources to just get all snuggled up when you're really tuckered out. I'm talking health insurance is cool because you get to pay a bunch of money each month for nothing, and then if something happens to you, you pay a bunch more. Met a bunch of guys from Harvard yesterday, and I kept pretending like I never heard of that school just to piss them off. One of them legit turned red when I said, Harvard, is that like a local community college? Oh my god, I just told the dog, hey, we will go for a walk once the baby's awake, okay? And she looked at me, ran upstairs, stuck her head in the nursery, and howled. Teachers in the 90s saw this fit and said, this is it. Pick an 80s starter pack. You cannot swap out anything. Them. How old are you? Me, 33. And you don't have kids. Wow, time to get on that. I've had 7 miscarriages, looking incredibly uncomfortable, and I hope we've learned a lesson in asking inappropriate personal questions. Public toilet, Ultra Pro Max. A guy from Germany tried to name all 50 states, nailed it. Why has no one ever experimented with placing cement in the mouths of volcanoes, considered active as in the image, or heavy metal rocks, and when erupting, the lava would be blocked, preventing deaths and accidents. Yesterday, I asked my kindergartner what she did in school, and she said nothing. Then later I went on Instagram and her teacher had posted a picture of her holding a crocodile. 6-year-old nephew. Uncle Mike, why don't you have a wife? I'm gay. What that mean? I like men, not women. Silence. So, why don't you have a husband? Me. My 3-year-old asked how long he had to wait until he could stop listening to me. I told him he would have to listen to me for the rest of his life. He looked me dead in the eyes and said, I'll listen to you for the rest of your life. Toddlers are cold-blooded, man. Surprise visit to see my girlfriend's apartment for the first time. 1. She has already got the toilet seat up for me. 2. Turned on the TV. Already on ESPN. 3. Look in the closet. A man, so I can make a new friend. An accommodating queen. I'm sorry, but this is clever as hell. I don't know what stresses me out more. The fact that 26% somehow got 13, or the fact that correct answer isn't even an option. Things you can say in both math class and bed. This is complicated. What is it like having a teenage boy? My son just ate 50-piece bag of pizza rolls and is asking what's for dinner. Ruin a band name with just 1 letter. I will start. Pink Flood. Hello, blind person here. Isn't that a Stevie? Bro, how did you type that? I use what's called a screen reader. It's a software that audibly reads to me what's on the screen. Wow, that's so cool. I hate blind people. Them. You mad? No, I'm good. Work never letting me doing the lunch order again. Me, messing up people's orders on pop-up pizzerias. My mom used to buy me this Chinese food as a kid, but she had to stop because the red sauce would make me go crazy and hurt myself and others. Maybe if you guys hold women like you hold your coins, you would have girlfriends by now. So, maintain a diverse portfolio of a dozen and lend them out to other people. Wait, I didn't think this through. My grade 8s asked me how many boyfriends I've had in my whole life, so I started counting. When I reached 4, one kid shouted, she's made for the streets. My dad texts like he's doing a phishing scam. Hi Ian, I trust you're okay and now settled in your new home. I am wanting to use your Netflix but to make life easier, view it through our SkyQ rather than using Apple TV. In order to do this, I need to input your email address and password. If you are okay with this, I would appreciate you forwarding, or for security, ringing me with your details. Many thanks, Dad. That isn't you. Why do you have a random dude as your profile picture? Because he looks goofy. That's a bit fucked up. I would report somebody if they set their profile picture to my face on Twitter to make fun of me. With me, it's all fuck around and find out. Russell Fillmore, Fossil Realmore. Do you ever wonder how much you exist in other people's lives? I'm always curious if people think of me when a certain song comes on, or when they pass through a certain town. I wonder how many stories I've been a part of that I have may forgotten. I wonder if I still exist in the minds of people that I don't speak to anymore. I wonder how many times a day I pass through someone's head. Going on a date tonight with $11 in my bank account. Let's hope he's not a feminist. Haha, he said in the first 3 minutes on the date. I follow you on Twitter, don't worry, I've got you covered. Gotta respect the longevity of Microsoft Word. Nothing about it works and it's still the standard. Want to move an image? Go to hell. Edit a PDF, edit your expectations, ignore a spelling mistake. How about suck my dick? That'll be 150. My dad and I went to a restaurant and the waiter pointed at the QR code on the wall and said, that is our menu, and left, and my dad looked at it really close and said, is this some kind of joke? Yo dude, you kinda look like my first husband. I don't know though, I've never been married. That's actually a first, lol. For someone to tell me I look like someone else. I worked so hard, risked it all, and you did not even get my joke. Remember quarantine when everyone was making bread and dancing and making art and taking care of plants and just learning new useful skills, and we got a small glimpse into what life is supposed to be like. If I offered you 100,000 to jump from a plane without a parachute, would you do it? I bet you would say no. But what if I told you that the plane was in the ground? Moral of the story, know all the facts before you open your mouth. I would jump for free if the plane was in the air. Thinking of taking a break from social media. Thinking of announcing it on social media. First, imagine taking your hand out of a bucket of water. There is no hole. Nobody cares. Just take your break and jump back in when you're ready. Or don't, because still, nobody cares.